I think I've been muted this whole time. Can y'all hear me now? Hello, 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 hello. Test, 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 test. Perfect. All right, y'all bear with me as I'm getting set up with technical stuff over here. I think we're good over on TikTok. Let me see. Let me check and see if we're good over on YouTube. I also think I have this like multi-chat thing, but I'm only seeing chat from TikTok, so I don't know if anyone's on YouTube. Say hello, please. See if this comes through. I think the chapter comes out in 1 minute. We'll see. I've got Manga Plus pulled up here, searching for Gege Akutami works. Right now, it's only showing JJK. Let's hit a little refresh. Still just JJK, so we'll see. I'm still just seeing TikTok. Oh, YouTube. We got YouTube peeps. Are we live on YouTube? I guess I could just go to my own channel and see. Let me do that real quick. My own channel and see. Oh, echo. Okay, we're good. Okay. Perfect. Okay, side note, for those of you on YouTube, I've got the big text there, but I obviously I can't show the panels. So I don't know if this is even going to be interesting, but we're trying it out. We'll see how this goes. You should be able to read it, I'm assuming, on Viz, Manga Plus. Usually they let you read the first 3 chapters of anything for free. So I'm assuming that's the case for this. But we shall see. Also, I can't tell. I don't think my combined chat is pulling in the YouTube chat. So this is really annoying. So because of that, I'm going to have to swap back and forth. So y'all forgive me if I miss y'all's messages, because I'm definitely going to. Also, Kagurabachi is on break this week, but I think there's like a bonus chapter. Oh, maybe we'll check that out after Moduro. Oh, it's out? Let's see. It is out. Okay, hold on. It's been 68 years since the Culling game. In 2086, an alien race known as the Cimmerians arrive on Earth in a spaceship. The fate of the world lies in the hands of 2 jujutsu sorcerers, Yuka and Tsurugi Okkotsu. Jujutsu sorcerers and aliens, what chaos will be born from this meeting? That is the official synopsis under this manga. Peek. Okay, okay. So side note, on TikTok, I am showing the panels because I see people do that all the time. Hopefully that's okay. So for anybody on YouTube that, you know, would prefer that experience, jump on over to TikTok. But if somebody tells me that's not okay, maybe we'll get rid of it there too, but we'll see. Okay, how should we do this? I guess especially for the people on YouTube, I'm gonna read this aloud so that at least, oh, hold on. Like literally as I said that, I just got a notification from TikTok that says your live is not eligible for recommendation and is restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. Okay, I mean, whatever. That's all it is. Okay, so again, we're just gonna, especially for my YouTube folks out there, we're just gonna read through this. So if you're following along, go ahead and get chapter 1, page 1 pulled up. I'll give people a few minutes that want to do that. chance to do so, and then we will begin. Yeah, we've just started. We actually haven't even officially started yet, so welcome in everybody. I am currently using the Manga Plus website, which is like an official website. There's also the Viz website. Good morning, good morning. This is the JJK sequel. Official translations. Yeah. Oh, speaking of who, please don't be translated by John Weary. It's not translated by John Weary. We've won. Watch this person be worse than John Weary, but no, I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna have faith. Andrea McKnight, our savior. This is an actual sequel. It is an official sequel written by Gege Akutami. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes just so anyone who wants to try to read along with this can. This is a long chapter too, by the way. Will it spoil JJK? Probably. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's probably some stuff was going to be spoiled. Would I rather eat? This question just came through. Would I rather eat a seal or a dolphin? What kind of question is that? But seal for sure. I mean, seals are cuter, but dolphins are more intelligent, so it feels worse for that reason. So if you're going to make me pick, I'm going with the seal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see, actually. How did they... Okay, so on the website, it is Modulo with a D, which is what I was expecting, but I was curious to see if they would do Moduro. Moduro is, like, easier to say, I feel like, but... No, I'm not really in a movie theater. That's just my green screen background. How sick would that be, though? If I just had, like, a solo theater and I was just reading the chapter on, like, an IMAX. Okay, for anyone that just got in here, we are about to start reading the first chapter here. If you want to read along with me, it's on the Viz website, which is the official website. Also on Manga Plus, which is an official website. You can read it for free because it's the first chapter. Bada boom, bada bing. Again, if you're on YouTube, I cannot show the panels. On TikTok, we're showing them for now. Hold on, messed up my scene on YouTube. Bear with me. All right, we're back. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay. So page 1. Log entry. Year 2086. Altitude 30,000 meters above Nevada. An extraterrestrial life form identifying itself as a Sumerian has appeared, accompanied by a mothership known as Nonax, carrying nearly 50,000 of its compatriots. They are seeking sanctuary as refugees. Already a lot to unpack there. Like, what happened on their home planet? You know what I mean? Okay. But this guy says, Japan. What's this all about? I thought the strongest country on this planet was America. Okay. For those of you that can't see the panels, this is kind of weird, but, you know, we're jumping between characters. We'll figure it out. That's correct. However, America maintains that all authority regarding diplomatic missions lies with Japan. I see. Did you find something out? It seems there are people in Japan who have powers similar to ours. What? Modulo. Story by Gege Akutami, art by Yuji Iwasaki. Bro, I actually, okay. I love Gege's art style. But I'm vibing with this, with Yuji's art style here, especially these color pages. It looks good. Oh, 1 second, y'all. Scoop. Okay, we back. All right. Uh, Hold on. There are people in Japan who have powers similar to ours, and on this planet, they're called Jujutsu sorcerers. Okay. Yuka Okkotsu, age 6. We have her playing with Yuta in many different scenarios. He's still got the scar. Grandpa. You really are Grandpa's little girl, Yuka. I wonder who's saying this. Is it Maki? I want you to have this ring. Wow, are you sure? Well, you wanted it, right? Yeah, but this is your treasure. It is, but I'm worried you're a bit too reckless. This ring will watch over you until you're a full-fledged sorcerer. So work hard, all right? Yeah, I'll work super hard. Yuka Okkotsu, age 10. Ever since Granny Maki passed away, he seemed to just be getting weaker by the day. Yuta wasn't the only one. No one expected Maki to go first. I promise I'll be strong, just like you, Grandpa. Okay, I talked about this, so I'm sure some of you are reading this for the first time, but for those of you that saw some of this before it came out, I'm wondering who this woman is. Y'all think it's their mom? Anyways, give me the ring. But why? Because it will belong to your brother Tsurugi from now on. No way, Grandpa gave me this ring. That ring is a curse object registered to the Gojo clan's cursed warehouse. You have no right to have it. Only Tsurugi is suited for this ring. Tsurugi, give it back. That ring was really important to me and Grandpa. Tsurugi Okkotsu, age 11. Which, real quick, I know a lot of people have been thinking these two are twins. They're not, because he's 11, she's 10. So he's her older brother. Don't look at me. I didn't make the call. Then give it back. Only Tsurugi is suited for this ring. I'm going to get stronger and show them. And I'll make them say that I'm the one worthy of that ring. Then we got a little cut to these dudes playing video games in this warehouse. Do all these kids play these retro games nowadays? Girls don't really play them too much. Oh, wait, but you're really good at this. Not really. I can only play games for an hour at my house, but my friends can play all day on the weekends, and their parents don't get mad. They get to buy a ton of DLC stuff, too. My parents are so mean, they only let me watch videos for 30 minutes a day. Crap, I died. Are you sure kids your age should be playing a game like this? Why? Well, you died. Isn't that kind of cruel? Nah, it's totally normal. Well, I guess it's okay if it's normal. It is. And if it's normal, I guess you won't complain if it happens to you for real, huh? Oh gosh, I didn't realize there were these, like, onomatopoeias of the kid getting knocked out. Bit dark. All right, then we have another transition here to the rooftop. Do y'all think... Well, I'll hold that thought. Okay. The recent cases of Japanese citizens being abducted to be used as energy resources is incredibly serious. I want the three of you to investigate the scene and report any lead you find to the higher-ups, no matter how small it may seem. Even right here in Kyoto, there have been frequent occurrences of children being abducted. Since the police can't track down the perps, we think sorcerers might be involved. Sure, but what do you mean the three of us? I'm Inspector Marulu Vol Yilvori. You could just call me Maru. A Jujutsu sorcerer from another country? That's unusual. Is it? Yeah, I mean, cursed energy is a sort of emotional energy unique to Japanese people, so Jujutsu sorcerers are inevitably only born in Japan. Of course, there are some exceptions, like you. Ah, I see. So the abductions are targeting the Japanese because they're after the cursed energy. That's right. Japanese sell for a high price in the human trafficking world. Hang on a second. You mean this guy doesn't even know that much? I'd be way too anxious to do a mission with him. Who cares? It's just a little investigation. It's not like we're going to go up against any curse users. Curse users? The point is, you never know what could happen. Do I got to spell out every little nuance for you? Why curse user and not jujutsu sorcerer? Are you stupid? I already know that. If he gets in the way, we can just leave him behind. Hey, what's a curse user? You think we can safely leave him there if it gets to the point where it's the where he's in the way? Use your brain, idiot. Hello? Curse users are bad jujutsu sorcerers. If you don't be quiet, we'll leave you behind. Sheesh, these two are vicious. Maru's come on an official visit representing the state party to see what Japanese jujutsu sorcerers are all about. What country are you from? Oh, right. You mentioned before that there'd be routine inspections after the security treaty was signed, Usami. Oh, so this is Usami. Okay, so this must be like... I was wondering if that was him. So this must be his son? Or I guess his grandson, maybe? Side note, let me check in with you guys really quick. Is this working so far? I know it's especially weird on YouTube without the panels, but... For anyone asking where we're reading, it's all the official places. So Viz, Manga Plus, you can find it there. No, start all over. Okay, where were we? All right, yeah, sheesh, these two are vicious. Okay. Oh no, we were past that. Okay, Maru says, I'm going to see for myself what you two are made of. I need to check out these Earthlings who share our powers and see if they can coexist with us Sumerians. Okay, that context was completely lost from what I saw, so that's what he's really here for. That makes sense. All right, just to be clear, don't rely on me no matter what happens. I've received orders from the higher-ups not to interfere. Psh, then let's leave him behind. He's already in the way. Hey, wait! I can't stand his stuck-up attitude. It's not like you're a state guest or something. Alright, listen, you don't gotta cry about it, because then it's like we're the bad guys. She doesn't think she did anything wrong? What? Oh, and then his stomach growls. Oh. Oh, delicious. Oh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Why are you crying? You can get takoyaki like this anywhere in Kansai. I heard that. You can? Yeah, especially in Osaka. This is Kyoto, though. You know that, right? Man, this country's got it all. You better pay me back later. I'm really sorry. Does that mean you'll pay me back? I had a feeling you two were siblings, Yura. Or Yuka. Alright, Kagurabachi. You did? Yeah, you're really similar. We are nothing alike. Do you two not get along? Well, he took my most prized possession from me. You mean he stole it? Not exactly. It's a ring. An heirloom from my grandpa. The one he wears around his neck? Yeah, it's a very important cursed object that belonged to the Gojo clan. And only the best sorcerers can have it. It used to be mine, but then my mom suddenly gave it to my brother. Okay, so that is her mom. Is Tsurugi really that great of a jujutsu sorcerer? Not really. Even Usami said that we're basically the same, you know. The only difference between us is our age. He is a hard worker, though. Then isn't that a good thing? That's not the point. Anybody can tell when someone's a hard worker. All he does is work out like a maniac. It's like he's begging for attention. Like, look at me. I'm working so hard. I'm so strong. All because he doesn't want me to take the ring away. He's the worst. Plus, it's not like he has any memories with Grandpa. I'm working my butt off too. That part especially interests me. Why wouldn't he have any memories with Yuta? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's just her like being petty, saying like they weren't close like she and Yuta was, or if that's like literal and for some reason like he wasn't allowed to hang out with Yuta, you know? Well, let's continue. I'm working my butt off too. Well, why don't we complete this mission together then? Huh? You know, just show everybody how good you are. And since I'm the inspector, if we do it together, it'll be like you completed the mission all by yourself. And acting on your own like that is kind of forbidden in our line of work. Oh. I never said I wouldn't do it, though. But you can't help with the mission at all, right? Well, nobody will find out as long as I don't use cursed energy. Oh, laid back. You're definitely not from around here. Come on, don't just stand there. Let's head to the scene. Looking around, looking around. Crap, I can't find anything. Of course, it looked like nothing's here to an amateur. You mean you found something? Maru, which way do you want to head at the end of this road? Right? Okay, what about the end of this road? Left? Next? I want to go straight. What are you doing? Here. Oh, this is what you were writing down? You guessed which direction I was going to go? And you got all of them right? But so what? This isn't a time for a game. Shut up and I'll explain, okay? That road had a physical gaze manipulation and a curse cast on it. The sorcerer could lead stray wanderers or curious children straight down the path they intended. Wait, you mean it might be what activates a barrier technique? A barrier that captures anyone who follows the path in that specific order. Perfect for quietly kidnapping children. We can't let them get away with this. You're amazing, Yuka. Now everyone's going to see how great you are. Not really. Any window worth their salt could figure out something like that. Oh, I was going to say, is that a mistranslation? But he says window? Hey. Whoa, Tsurugi. Where the hell have you guys been? Slacking off? Does he not remember he's the one who left me? You sense this barrier, right? You keep letting it guide you down the path, they'll catch you. Wait, you saw it too? Yep, I'm gonna go get a tool. Hang on a sec. Sorry, Yuka. No worries, it's not your fault. But why are you letting it get to you so much? Actually, I have a brother too, a younger twin. Oh yeah? We don't get along at all. I've tried to patch things up a bunch of times, but it just never works out. Why are you two fighting? No reason in particular. My brother just says I'm clumsy and it pisses him off. It's sad that I can totally see that. It hurts that we can't understand each other, and the thought of it going on forever really hurts. I don't want you guys to end up in pain like me. So I wanted you two to settle this whole ring thing and make up. Maybe stop projecting how you think siblings should be because you don't get along with yours. Anyway, it's not like this doesn't happen between siblings. Are subtle emotions totally lost on her? I don't care about my brother as long as I get that ring back. Okay, if our reading is correct, then the path starts here. I finished the report, so let's work on closing up. Even if we don't block off every path, it should still prevent the conditions for the barrier technique from being fulfilled. Side note, I think this is really cool, by the way. Like the way that the conditions for this were set up. It very much reminded me more of like a NIN contract kind of thing. All right, so they're taping up the caution zone. That should do it. This kid's an idiot, by the way. Like, this kid literally just darts past the construction tape. No way. Hey, kid, wait. We also don't know. Okay, actually, wait. I'll hold that thought. Kid gets snatched up. He disappeared. Damn it. We're up against a pretty top-tier curse user if they worked spatial transference into a barrier technique. But we've been following the path exactly how it's laid out, too. Maru, Yuka, I'm going after that kid. You two report back to Usami. I'm going with you? No. Why not? Because I'm going to prove I'm stronger than you. Shut the hell up. I'm going with you. Then... Oh, I didn't see this part originally. These hands are creepy, man. Okay, interesting. So she tried to go, and she has too much cursed energy, so it didn't take her. Wait, why did it only take Tsurugi? His katana got left behind because it's a cursed tool. The barrier is repelling anyone with too much cursed energy. It's to keep sorcerers from breaching. But Tsurugi's a sorcerer too. Well, my brother is a special case. He's a sorcerer who doesn't have cursed energy. That's why he uses a cursed tool. And this is really bad, especially since he went to save that kid. It's like when the hunter becomes the prey. Whoa, that's a really easy to understand idiom. I mean, now's not the time for that. Settle down. Let's just do like Tsurugi said and report back to Usami. Then we're done for the day. What? You're not going to help him? Go where exactly? I've got a plan, and if it works, we can figure out where he is. Now you're just saying stuff. Anyway, who cares? I've got zero motivation, to be honest. Zero? Remember what he said? He was practically harassing me. But I bet he didn't think his katana would get left behind. Serves him right. How lame. If we call Usami, he'll get here right away. Will he get here right away? He's in Tokyo by now. If there's a sorcerer who's free, I'm sure they'll come. There's probably someone around. This isn't right. Let's go help him ourselves. Shut up. I already told you no. But it's not right. Give it up already. If Tsurugi gets killed, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. We can't let that happen. And Tsurugi might have a change of heart someday. But if he dies now, that'll never happen. He's your only sibling. Just trust him. How would he know that? No matter how much you two fight or how much he insults you, don't curse your brother in that way. What do you know anyway? You just showed up here, and now you're pushing your own ideals on me. What's wrong with having ideals? If somebody can't live up to my ideals, I'm the one who gets hurt, not them. And I might end up humiliated. It'll hurt. It'll hurt like hell, but it's just pain. If you're going to give up on your ideals, then do it after you've been hurt and humiliated. But I haven't given up on my brother yet, and don't you dare give up on yours either. I won't go and save him. Oh. I'm going to go punch him in the face. All right, let's go. Okay, wait. Interesting. So, he doesn't have cursed energy, which is why he uses a cursed tool, right? I was originally thinking that meant he was heavenly restricted. And I think there's a panel later where he's like lifting crazy weights, right? I think he probably is, but... Would he need a cursed tool if he was that? Well, I guess he would need a cursed tool to fight curses because you have to kill them with cursed energy. Okay, never mind. But he's heavenly restricted. What I was getting at is that he's still tremendously strong without his sword. So it's not like that big of a deal unless he has to kill a curse. Okay. All right, so now we're transitioning for those that can't see the panels here. We are back in the bad guy's hideout. You know how the roads in Kyoto are laid out in a grid pattern? Well, that makes it really compatible with my barrier technique. I also wonder if this is this dude's like actual curse technique, because they keep referring it to a barrier technique. Or if it is just a barrier technique, like anyone could do this if they set it up. Anyways, so you decided to do it right by Jujutsu High, right on the Jujutsu Sorcerer's home turf. What a dumbass. Who's the dumbass now? Didn't expect the resistance. Didn't expect the restraints to be put on the transference. Anyway, I'm gonna quit human trafficking. You're a Jujutsu sorcerer too, so I'm sure you've heard by now. Heard what? Huh? You mean you really don't know? Know what? Spit it out. Aliens have come here. Oh, you're one of those tinfoil hat people. Thought you were smarter than that. Unfortunately, I'm telling the truth. The Inspector General's declared this extraterrestrial invasion as a special grade incident on par with the attack by Ryomen Sukuna 68 years ago. Okay, this panel was not in the earlier details at all. Ryomen Sukuna? That's impossible. He's the monster who created Ground Zero at the Inhuman Makyo. Glad to see you know your modern history. Ever since the Kyoto Paranormal Security Treaty was enacted, all diplomacy with aliens has been left entirely up to Japan. But cultural barriers between planets are unavoidable and will lead to huge distortions. I believe the aliens will start a war and invade us. And this diplomatic mission and war will expose Japan's true colors. What do you mean? I know you're familiar with the culling game that occurred 68 years ago, which prompted the signing of this treaty. Satoru Gojo and Yuji Itadori put a stop to it. But do you know of anyone as extraordinary as them nowadays in Japan? And okay, hold up. Now that we got the official translations here, Yuji in the same combo as Gojo? Chill. Chill out a second. My boy did it. Full potential. Let's fucking go. Okay. When the world finds out how weak sorcerers have become, this shady new energy business will be over. So sorcerers are weak as hell these days, huh? Okay. They got soft. The value of Japanese citizens will plummet. So with no way to make money, I gotta call it quits. That's why my plan is to make one last sale of profit by selling you. Okay, he's sparing my life because I'm a commodity. Oh yeah? You plan on selling me and this kid as a set? No. I've already packaged the child. Man, this is so, like, this is so dark. Like, do we think they're still alive here? Your cursed energy is weak, but you're still a sorcerer. I'll put you up for auction. Okay, this is interesting again. Saying his cursed energy is weak would maybe imply he's not heavenly restricted, because if he has any at all, then he's not. At least not in this. At least not in the sense we're talking about, right? But like, I don't know. I guess it depends on how knowledgeable this random sorcerer guy is. Like maybe if he just thinks he can't sense any at all, he thinks it's a little bit. he's at the very least like pre-awakened Maki. That much is for certain. It's hard to say if he's like Toji and awakened Maki or not. All right. I'm fed up with kids anyway. They're dirty, unimaginative, and the way they speak is annoying. The more I speak to children, the more I hate them. Probably because you're on the same level as them. You're a pathetic adult who can't even get a real job. At least the kids are cute. Stop acting tough. You're in the old city district that was left to rot for lack of funds. Back when the Paranormal Foundation and that treaty didn't exist. Go ahead and scream at the top of your lungs. No one's going to come to save you. About that. I mean, who did this? Who freaking blasted this door like this? I guess it was her with her little curse technique fist attack. You and Tsurugi are biological siblings, right? Yeah. I'm going to use my curse technique to bring you and the world into harmony. My curse technique will seek balance and find the person who's an equal match with you. In other words, it'll find Tsurugi. Are you sure you should use cursed energy? It's only a little bit, so it's safe. No one will know. Give it up. Give back the children and Tsurugi, let's fight. What? Wait, right now? I wonder, her technique is cool if this is part of it. Well, I guess this isn't part of it yet, because she activates it here in a second. And he just puts her down with one punch. Damn it, he's so strong. Okay, yeah, like, look, he's lifting crazy weights here. Again, I'm going to guess that he's fully heavenly restricted. I mean, we already knew that. He works so hard. Give it up, bad guy. Hey, what was all of that about? Savage Jaw Strike. The attacks. A martial arts Kishoken? Anybody know what that means? A martial arts Kishoken strike with cursed properties. Okay, bro teleports behind her. He got behind me in an instant, and he's armed. The same barrier technique he used for the kidnappings is filling this room. This is pissing me off. Give me the katana, Maru. What's that sound? The curse tool Honoyagi. The sparks generated from the scabbard and guard are infused into the blade. New shadow style Bato sword drawing. Let's go! My boy's a Kusakabe stan. Maybe a Miwa stan. The katana's on fire. It's burning the talismans, forming my barrier. Savage jaw strike, biting twist. They're breathing. The kids are fine. Oh, they're alive. Okay. Don't touch them. We gotta call an adult. Yuka, you've gotten stronger, huh? I'll work harder too. I can give you back the ring soon. Flashback. Tsurugi Okkotsu, age 11. Granny, granny, granny. Okay, so this, yeah, it's like so citing back to the comment earlier from Yuka saying that he has no memories with Yuta. I guess it would make sense that Yuka the sorcerer would spend time with Yuta and Tsurugi the heavenly restricted would spend time with Maki, but does that mean they didn't spend time with the other one at all? Anyway, Maki says, "You're a lot like me, Tsurugi." I am? Yes, you get stronger through loss, but it's a double-edged sword, so you have to be careful. I mean, leaving things is important too. Okay, okay. The translation of this one in the original when we came out was really confusing, so this makes more sense. Okay, and then we see Yuka get the ring from his perspective. I want you to have this ring. Wow, are you sure? Man, I want a ring too. That ring is a protective charm to ward off danger. You don't need it, Tsurugi, because you're strong. This ring belongs to you now, starting today. Tsurugi Okkotsu, age 11. But why? Because you need it the most. I don't need something like that at all. It was the Gojo clan's decision. What you want is irrelevant. But Granny was the one who trained me. I don't need some charm. I'm going to get stronger and show them. I'm going to make them say you don't need that ring. You're Maki's grandson after all. Oh, I love the parallels between Tsurugi and Yuka already. Sorry, Yuka. Just let me hold on to it till then. What do you mean by idiots? You're all idiots. And idiots should just die. Crap, he cast that barrier technique in the room with the kids too. He's going to try to transfer just the kids? I've already secured a buyer. Maru opening up that third eye. This panel is sick. Bro just completely passes out. Maru, what was that? Maru, wait a minute. Are you an alien? And that's the end, y'all. That actually went really fast for being 50 pages. Okay, let me catch up on chat a little bit because I have not been looking at it at all. Yeah, Conquerors hockey. All right, so what? I mean, we're figuring it out. This is our first time ever doing something like this. What do y'all think? Especially those of you on YouTube. Was this pointless because you guys couldn't see the panels, or was it still chill? Were y'all reading along at the same time? Does the chair at the beginning look like hollow wicker basket? Is that what you mean by HWB? Chair at the beginning, like the beginning of the chapter? Oh yeah, it kind of does. You know what's interesting? Let me just double check before I say this. Was he... I'm trying to find a panel of Maru before he opens his eye. Okay. So, this panel where his eye starts to open, it's like a normal eye, right? Like as if like one of your normal two eyes, it would open like up to down orientation, if that makes sense, right? But the captain at the start of the chapter, his eye is orientated the other way. It's like vertical. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's different from Maru's twin even here. Like it's normal but vertical. I wonder if that's like why he's the one in charge. Just catching up on chat here for a second. The panel with Yuji and Gojo has been mistranslated. Why do you say that? Yeah, 8440. I think there's information we don't know about why the ring was transferred. I've got some ideas cooking. I'm probably gonna put out a video on it today. It's on Viz, it's on Manga Plus. So it's on at least the official sources, and you can read it for free. What was the Sukuna part about? So let's just go back. Bro was basically okay. This is interesting. So like, excuse me. I'm curious how much time has passed from between the first page of this chapter when we like see the aliens pull up to the events of this chapter, because it could have been a number of years. Because the higher ups seem to know that aliens have arrived, right? But that information isn't being shared down the ranks because our characters didn't know about it. But they have declared the aliens arriving as a special grade extraterrestrial incident on par with Sukuna appearing 68 years ago. So they're basically saying that it's like that level of a disaster. And the reason they called Sukuna the monster responsible for Ground Zero, they're just referring to the Shinjuku Showdown. Like, the chaos that ensued there was a result of him. Oh, yo, Adriel, thank you so much, man. He says, with a special grade alien invasion, this could be an opportunity to showcase full potential Yuji and Megami if they are still around. I'm wondering about that, because I do feel like clearly like they aren't the main characters of this story, right? So I don't know if they'll get like much of a focus, but I certainly think there's room to like have them show up and, you know, maybe show a little something here and there. Everyone's saying Megami got killed by a grade 3 curse, though. We'll have to see. Megami gets so much shit, man. Do I think we'll see domain expansions? I mean, we got to, right? I think we have to. Okay, I just realized. So I've got like a. It's not important. I have a program that's supposed to be combining my chats from TikTok and YouTube, and I just went to YouTube, and it's not combining them at all. I'm getting like one in every like 5 messages. So my bad if I've missed some stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So let's for those of you on YouTube, I'm scrolling back to the very start where we see this character that looks like Tengen, page 1. I talked about this for those of you that saw. I talked about this a little bit in a video a couple days ago. But like, what is this, right? Like, is this Tengen? And we can try to make sense of how that would be possible. Or is this just like another alien that looks like Tengen, which is basically a reveal that Tengen was an alien? I really think it could be either. Like it. So if it's just an alien, then there's really not too much more to discuss. It's like, oh, Tengen was an alien, and that explains why Tengen was the one to create all this stuff, basically. But if that is Tengen, then I wonder if like, because Tengen's remains were retrieved from Sukuna, but the fact that the word remains was used makes me think that they were dead, right? But we know that they essentially became more cursed than human at the end of the road. So it's not impossible that like some form of Tengen could still exist or have even reconstituted over the past like 80 years or whatever, right? So like Tengen could even be like a I don't know. I don't know. I'm also assuming that like well okay, also, do you guys think can I do polls? There's got to be a way for me to do poll, right? I need to I need to figure out like TikTok moderators and stuff. Can I do a poll on YouTube? Oh, we got one. Okay, hold on. Let me set these up on TikTok and YouTube real quick. All right, polls up on YouTube. Let me figure out how to do this on TikTok now. This is something you can do. I feel like I've seen people do it. Boomer struggles. TikTok live edition. Oh, here we go. I found it. Quick poll. I can only set up a 1-minute poll? No, I don't want a 1-minute poll. Emoji options. All right, whatever. Wait. Okay, I guess I have to just I can't like okay, time's running out. Okay. Do the happy face if you think that Tsurugi is fully heavenly restricted, and do the crying face if you think he's partially heavenly restricted. Oh, I think I just figured out how to do an actual poll. So we'll do that next for some more accurate results. Do I think that Gojo will still be the most powerful character in the universe? Probably not. yeah, for anyone asking, you can read this officially for free on both Viz and Manga Plus. Okay. 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 So there should be an actual poll up now that you can vote in like a normal person. Now let's check what YouTube thought. Okay. YouTube, we have a heavy favorite or majority for partial heavenly restriction. Yeah, Fox, it literally just came out like 30 minutes ago. I think it's a weekly thing. So next chapter will be a week from today. Yo, Mizo, thank you, man. We also just putting some things together here. We know that Maru is coming to like see if like they'll be able to like get along with Jujutsu sorcerers, right? So at least as far as Maru is concerned, these aliens aren't like malevolent looking to take over the planet, but they still could be. And he's just too much of like a peon to know the true aims, right? Like this captain guy could be like, this planet's going to be ours now. And it is interesting that like the aliens had some prior knowledge of Earth before even arriving here because the captain thought that America was the strongest. And he was surprised to find out that they have jujutsu, right? So, like, if Tengen is an alien and is the reason that jujutsu is on Earth, then they had no idea that a member of their species had been there before. I definitely think it's too soon to say, but something I talked about in a video recent, I saw somebody's comment. Sorry, it scrolled past now. But as to if this could be one of Sukuna's reincarnations, like one of the two twins, I think it's possible. I think it's too soon to say, but I think it would. I mean, we know that the reincarnation cycle is a thing in JJK. Sukuna was a twin, one that never had a chance to have a relationship with his brother, right? Now, in my opinion, if like let's just say this is the reincarnation of Sukuna, okay? In my opinion, it wouldn't be Sukuna. You know what I mean? Like it would be an entirely new character just with like the same soul, if you want to put it that way. So like I don't think we would ever like see Sukuna. But it would just be more of a cool like not Easter egg, I don't know. Yeah, his sword is really cool. I'm trying to see if she's wearing the same exact outfit when they make her give the ring. I'm guessing so because her brother's in a suit, probably for the funeral. So literally the day Yuta died, they switched the ring. So it does seem like something that Yuta did not want. But now that he finally passed away, Yuta's daughter, like this woman is Yuta's daughter, was like, "Yo, give that to your brother." So why would they disagree? Well, okay, actually, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't the mom's decision because she says, "Where's the line?" I guess no wait, it's when she's talking to Tsurugi about it. Where's that? She says it was the Gojo clan's decision. So maybe it wasn't her decision, but she has to fall in line with what the clan wanted. But still the clan waited until Yuta died. Interesting. Oh wait, I forgot. All right, the results of the TikTok poll were almost like the same as the YouTube one, with like 2/3 of people thinking he's got a partial heavenly restriction, and 1/3 thinking it's full. Also, what do we think is happening with this right here? Because like all, or maybe not all, but a lot of the aliens have this third eye. So is this like an ability all of them have? Maybe Yuta dying has some weird cursed energy effect on Yuka, making her stronger. Hmm. I mean that. At least the way that Yuka and Tsurugi understand it is that it's based upon their strength, right? Like the okay, well, but they understand it. So Tsurugi thinks that he has the ring because he's weaker, right? Because that's what was originally told to him or why Yuka had it. They're like, "You're strong, Tsurugi. She needs the ring because she's weaker." So when he got the ring, he thought that this means I'm weaker, so I'm the one that needs it. So he's trying to get strong so that he can give the ring back. Like he's trying to get stronger than her. But she thinks that she's not strong enough because she's like chasing him, right? So she thinks she lost the ring because she was too weak. Anyway, all that to say is that the ring being transferred might not have anything to do with their strength. Like, if he's heavenly restricted, then maybe they think that like he couldn't use the ring, you know? Like since he can't wield cursed energy, maybe they think that like okay, Yuka having that ring is terrifying, you know, like she's a sorcerer plus we're going to give her Rika, like we don't need another Shibuya incident out here if she loses her cool, right? So give it to the heavenly restricted kid because he can't actually use it. Like it could be like a political thing like that. And that's not to say that a heavenly restricted user couldn't use it, but like maybe they think that. Yeah, Dodo, I was wondering about that as we were reading through the chapter about how Yuka was with Yuta and Tsurugi was with Maki. It makes sense in terms of them being trained because, heavenly restricted, sorcerer, sorcerer. But the line that stuck out to me was when Yuka said that Tsurugi doesn't have any memories with Yuta. But that might have just been her like being angry in the moment and maybe it's not like a literal thing. um somebody said surely it's a partial restriction because twins. And no, they are not twins. So it's not like a Maki and Mai situation. Especially for anyone thinking that like Yuka is gonna die and that's gonna or one of them's gonna die and it's gonna cause the other one to awaken. They aren't twins. They're a year apart. The alien is a twin, but Okkotsu's grandkids are not. Yo, 84040, thank you so much, man. He says, hi, Manganimist. Are we sure that that is Yuta's daughter and not his daughter-in-law? Oh, what is that noise? TikTok, what do you mean you detected inactivity? Like, what do you expect me to do? I'm here. Okay. Let's start this over. Okay. Hi, Manganimist. Are we sure that that is Yuta's daughter and not his daughter-in-law? The in-laws are the ones who follow the customs more strictly than the ones born in the clan. Otherwise, Maki's daughter would be like Maki's mother. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. I guess we really don't have enough information to tell, right? Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to say that like because she is the one like dictating that out to the kids, that might make her slightly more likely to be like Okkotsu's daughter. But I mean, I guess it could I don't know. It could easily just be that they had a son and that's who he married. But so yeah, back to the twin thing. If Tsurugi is partially heavenly restricted, then he will never be fully awakened because he's not in the same situation that Maki was. So he would just be a case which do exist. Like Yuki in JJK talked about this, how there's a whole spectrum of heavenly restrictions, but Toji was the only one she'd ever met that had zero. Like most people with heavenly restrictions are just incredibly weak. So if that's part of why I think that Tsurugi maybe is just like fully heavenly restricted. It could go either way though. Bro, I just saw somebody say something about Toto. Please give me Grandpa Toto, okay? I need him to still be kicking around. Can you imagine if just in one chapter, like we just see like the clap onomatopoeia on a panel, and then the next panel, our goat's just standing there? Come on. It was implied Yuji died, so Toto must have died through heartbreak. That's real. Yeah, I don't know. I think the line was intentionally ambiguous, where the bad guy from this chapter said that there's no one in this country anymore, like a Gojo or like a Yuji. So people are saying like, oh, Yuji's dead too. I don't think that's necessarily true, but I do at least think that that's probably what we're supposed to think, which would make an eventual appearance from him even cooler. But I think in any case, he is like 80 something years old, right? So he's not like, even if he's alive, he's not like actively out there prowling the streets anymore. You know what I mean? So that could be like all that he meant. Like, it's been a long time since Yuji's been in like the sorcerer spotlight, as it were. I think we're getting a 6 size user. I've got some thoughts on that. Like, I've got some thoughts percolating that I think I'm gonna put out a video later today when I can kind of get a chance to like more articulate what I'm thinking. I think we could. Yeah, so like he said, Obama Baconator said, "I can't believe we might get JJK season 3 and JJK sequel at the same time." And I think we will have some overlap, at least a little, because this is going to be a short run. They said, I think 3 volumes, which would be roughly 30 chapters, which is roughly like 6 months. Depending on if there are any breaks or anything. But if it is 6 months, then that will get us to January when season 3 is going to be coming out. Surely this goes way past 6 months. I don't think so. I mean, could this be? Could Gege have so much fun with this that he just decides to continue it? Maybe, but I think even in that case, like, this would end. But then maybe he would like pick it up again with a new continuation. But they've said like, this will be a short run, only 3 volumes, etc., etc. Yeah, so Nicholas said, do you think that the Maki and Megami clan, so the Zenin clan, is going to die with them? Maybe? I mean, there at the end of JJK, they were the only 2 left, right? And we know that Maki married Okkotsu, and we know that their kids took the name Okkotsu. So Megami is really the only one possible that could have continued that bloodline, right? So I guess it depends on if he got hitched and has kids. Yo, Marky, thank you so much, man. Aren't Tsurugi and Yuka twins? Isn't this basically like the Maki and Mai situation? No, they are not twins. A lot of people are confused about that. They're a year apart. He's 1 year older than her. So Maru is a twin, but the Okkotsu are not twins. I can already see all of the videos that are going to be like from other people talking about their twinship. I feel like that's definitely something that's going to spread around. Is JJK my favorite anime? No. Definitely one of my favorites, but not my like all-time number one. It's too new and it's not over yet. You know? I also have a very hard time picking favorites. Because I knew people were gonna ask what is my favorite. I don't know. Like I'm so indecisive, and I like different things for different reasons. You know what I mean? So like really, like in no area of my life could I like tell you like my all-time favorite of something. Because it depends. You know, like am I in the mood for something that's funny, and am I in the mood for something that's like action based? Am I in the mood for something that's gonna like be poignant and resonate, hit you on the emotional level? Like different favorites for all those different things. I've never seen Haikyuu. I've heard good things. Obviously, Gurren Lagann is one of my favorites for sure. Believe in me that believes in you. Also, sorry, I'm just catching up on the two chats we got going on here. My curse is the curse that will pierce the heavens. Yo, Mick, my guy, thank you. Yo, Monganimus, what's good? How has the stream been so far? I'm wondering what y'all think Hoyonagi does. Is it infused with new shadow style? The stream's been good so far, at least I think. Y'all will have to tell me that though. Again, especially on YouTube. I'm trying to think like if we could figure out a way to like even without showing the panels have this be a bit of a better experience. But what do I think the Hoyonagi does? So that's the, let me scroll up. That's his curse tool, right? Yeah. So, okay, my interpretation of this is kind of coming from, well, let me just reread this really quick. Okay, yeah, never mind. I confused myself. So I think so it says the sparks generated from the scabbard and guard are infused into the blade. So what I'm taking from that is heavenly restricted bro is like moving that thing around in the scabbard, like causing it to spark off, like the sword and the whatever it's freaking called are sparking against each other. And like normally if you did that, you're just like destroying your sword, right? But because it's a cursed tool, it's basically taking all of that kinetic energy and imbuing it into the forthcoming strike. So like he generates a bunch of potential energy and sparks, and then all of that is like imbued into the blade. That's how I'm understanding it. Which is also what causes all the fire too, and he burns up all of the, what are they called? The little pieces of paper that the guy had set around. All right, one sec. Let me, since we're just kind of, all right. Apologies if this is really loud for a second. I'm going to adjust it immediately. All right, but I'm throwing on some lo-fi for the vibes while we're just sitting here. Y'all let me know if the volume level is okay. Well, Mech, he did combine the curse tool with like the new shadow style, so it seems like he did kind of use like a simple domain as part of that attack. But I don't think that, I think that was just his technique application in conjunction with the sword and not the sword itself. Do I think the new MCs will become top 15 strongest? I mean, probably just because of like power creep, you know? But who knows? I will say that Gege is really good. I think it's JJK is extremely good about like power cliffing in general. Like, so he could end up like, you know, like it might not be a situation where like, oh, it's aliens, so everyone's planetary now. Like it might still remain grounded. Okay, well, that's a really good point somebody just said, or Mech said. He says, so he can use sorcery then. And yeah, I mean, he does use the new shadow style, so maybe that does speak to him being partially heavenly restricted. I'm trying to think, because it's tough, because it just says new shadow style, Bato sword drawing. So like, I think that's what Miwa used, right? Which was part of her simple domain. Sorry, let me scroll back up. JZ Ekaj says, is there a fear of sorcery disaster curse now? And then, before I miss this one, Marky says, I wonder how strong aliens are compared to Sukuna. Thank you, guys. There could be. I'm guessing there's not, though, in terms of the disaster curse about sorcery. Because, yes, clearly a lot of people... Oh, yeah. Sorry about the spamming. I think I do have some mods, but they're probably not here right now. Alright. I put them in timeout. I figured out how to do that. Okay. So disaster curse, you know, curses are formed based on the like negative emotions, cursed energies surrounding certain things, right? So I don't think there's been enough time or enough people to have created a sorcery disaster curse yet. Because like the world at large doesn't know, I don't think, still. I mean, maybe they do, for all I know, but I think they've probably tried to keep that under wraps, but obviously more of the world knows because, like, you know, that there were those treaties struck, Kenjaku told America and the other world powers. So certainly more people know, but I don't think enough or enough time has passed for there to be like a sorcery disaster curse. And then do I think well, let me scroll up and see what the exact question was. Do I think that... I wonder how strong aliens are compared to Sukuna. Yeah, it's a good question. Really, we have no idea, right? But like I mentioned earlier, I feel like Gege in particular is very good about like power cliffing. But like, I mean, maybe he wants to take this to the next level and he is going to like make things go crazy power scaling wise, but we'll see. Yeah, ground zero. I mean, for sure, right? Because, I mean, Sukuna and Gojo both cast, like, 10 domains between the two of them, right? Sukuna used a furnace. Gojo did that hollow purple. Like that. Gojo did 2 hollow purples. Definitely, ground zero feels appropriate. Let me look up something real quick. So what I'm looking up right now is the Bato sword drawing, just to get a refresher. So it's a new shadow style technique that allows the user to strike with incredibly fast speeds. Okay, yeah, it covers the blade with cursed energy to greatly improve the drawing speed of the blade. Okay, so I feel like this isn't necessarily... Okay, so here's what I was trying to find. When Miwa uses it, she's using it and simple domain. So there's two separate things. So this doesn't give us enough information to help answer the heavenly restricted question, because it could be that Tsurugi can use it because it's a cursed tool. Like maybe he's just using the cursed energy of the blade to do that technique, and he's not using his own. You know what I mean? He could be using his own, which would mean he's partially heavenly restricted, but I think he still could be fully heavenly restricted, and the blade is what allows him to do that. Yeah, Rahul, I agree. So he says, oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? He says, I think cursed energy is probably not a fundamental truth of the universe. Otherwise, aliens wouldn't be surprised that people on Earth had similar powers to them. I agree. I put out a video a couple days ago talking about what that might mean and talking a lot about Tengen. And it's too soon to know, but I do think it would make a whole lot of sense if Tengen was an alien and kind of brought cursed energy to the Earth, because we know that, you know, it's her barriers and stuff that basically cultivated it and allowed sorcerers to flourish. You can read it on Viz or Manga Plus. Can I do a recap? Let's see. We can maybe do a oh. Hold on, my browser just crashed. We're back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, recap. Okay, so aliens pull up to Earth 80 years in the future. They're surprised that there are sorcerers on Earth because sorcerers have similar abilities to them, the aliens. We then get introduced to Yuta Okkotsu's grandkids, one of whom is seemingly heavenly restricted, one of whom is a sorcerer. They are investigating children being abducted. They get paired with one of these aliens to oversee and investigate with them. They track down the guy who's abducting children and give him the hands. And then at the very end, Alien reveals he's an alien, and they're shocked. You're an alien? Tune in next week. Can you answer me? I feel like the main villain is stronger than Sukuna. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, right? We have really no idea how strong any of these people are. Is the other JJK spin-off news real? What? You have to tell me what news you're referring to. Well, Elijah, we already know that it's not strictly universal, considering it's only in Japan, right? Which the explanation for that could be that, like, Tengen siphoned it all to Japan, but I don't think that's the case. So there was always some question of, like, why is this a thing, period? And previously it was like, oh, it's could just be a thing, you know? But now we might have an answer of, like, well, maybe it's the result of this other race. Do I think Megami died to a grade 3 curse? I mean, for the meme, I think that's hilarious, but, like, if you're actually asking me, no. Megami gets so much slander. Found the ring drama to be a bit plot contrived. I mean, you know, to each their own, obviously, but I don't think so. I think it's one of the more interesting parts of the first chapter. Like, it's got me wondering, like, what's behind this, which we already talked about it earlier, so I won't like just straight up repeat myself, but like, you know, both of the kids think it's for a different reason, and that might not even be, and they could both be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it could be politics, it could be any number of things. So I'm interested in why that's going on. Could we see a new aspect of cursed energy from these aliens, at least more than we've seen from JJK proper? I think 100%. You know, like, whatever, first of all, whatever Maru is doing here with his third eye is crazy. But then on top of that, his whole, he calls it a technique. Let me just find the panel. So Maru says, I'm going to use my curse technique. So he calls it a curse technique because he knows that that's the language that humans understand it in. But it might not be a curse technique as we understand it, right? They might have a completely different relationship with sorcery, if we can just use that as a catch-all term. Like this harmony thing he does, is that something that only he can do? Like, is it like his curse technique actually in that way, or is this something that they all can do? And same with the third eye thing. We know they all have those eyes, so are they just all capable of stuff like this? Or in any case, I think that we could see a whole bunch of different like applications and stuff of cursed energy. Marky says, if Tenyin could be an alien, it could also mean Kinjaku was an alien. They are two odd characters that were omnipresent in JJK. Yeah, I mean, anything's possible at this point, right? Like, if okay, we don't know that this is fair to say yet, but let's just say that sorcery and cursed energy is alien in origin. If that's the case, then, you know, everyone could have some distant relation to some sort of alien thing that's responsible for why they're the way they are. Like the Six Eyes could be alien in origin. Do I think that Sukuna's last finger from the finale will play a role in the series? Probably not. Because it's inert. You know what I mean? Like, Sukuna's not still in there or anything. It's just like an empty talisman at this point. Are these aliens already so good at speaking Japanese? Asking them real questions. Maybe that third eye is like just an instant translator. And we have already read the chapter. We're just talking about it now. I really enjoyed the chapter too. Like, I'm here for this. I thought it was really funny, in addition to everything else. I've always liked Gege's sense of humor, though. Yeah, Wavy, I think so. Like, I don't think it would be Sukuna and Yuji. It would be like Sukuna and Wasuke, the twins, right? So it could potentially be their reincarnation. You wish Gege was also drawing it? I love Gege's art style, but, you know, I'm always excited to try something new. Plus, like, this just means it's like the best possible scenario for Gege, right? Like, I think he's healthy now, but still, like, not having the pressure of having to do both will probably really let the writing flourish. Who's Usami? So okay, so for those of you on TikTok, I'll scroll to the panel really quick. So this is Usami, the guy in the suit here that's like their mentor or their elder, right? But Usami was also somebody that was referenced in JJK but never appeared. Gege just revealed Usami in like a volume extra. It was around the time... Okay, so you remember at the very end when Kusakabe went up against Sukuna? And we kind of got like the flashback of Gojo, Nanami, and Meimei all saying that he was like the strongest grade 1. Well, when Kusakabe was asked about that, he was like, well, you know, maybe Usami is. Like, he said something about Usami, like also being an incredibly powerful grade 1. But that was it. Like, we never actually saw him or met him or anything. But this character is also named Usami now. So I'm assuming it's his, like, grandkid. So OG Usami is probably dead because he was a generation older than Yuji and Yuta, right? And since Yuta was in his 80s, that would mean Usami was like 90 or 100. Can give you some Gojo Copium? You know, the only Gojo Copium I can give you is that maybe we'll see a new 6 Eyes user, but you know, I don't think our man Satoru's coming back. Jay says Yuji's not in Japan. He got that date with Jennifer Lawrence. That would be incredible if that's the explanation we got. I hope Toto's still alive. I need him to show up. How do y'all think you guys pronounce this dude's real name? Marulu Volvo Yelvori? I wonder, does anyone in here actually speak Japanese? I wonder what his name looked like in Japanese. Like, how do you even translate something like that? Like, it's just like random letters, essentially. You can read the new chapter at any of the official places. Viz, Manga Plus, Shonen Jump. My favorite character so far? That's tough. I like all 3 of the main dudes. Yeah, not to be a cop-out, but yeah, I just think this early on, none of them have like pulled away to be my favorite, but I really like all 3 of the main characters. It is Moduro. That is, or I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it is with a D and not a J. Like, it's not Mojuro, it's Modulo. At least that's what they have on the official site. Rahul, maybe. I put out a whole video on that idea a while back, like talking about, is Gojo the last 6 Eyes ever? So he could have been, but, you know, chapter 1 of this new series has a creature that looks like Tengen on the first panel, right? So even if the 6 Eyes are tied to Tengen, and let's just say you have to have Tengen to have a 6 Eyes, then, well, maybe Tengen could be back. Or maybe you don't have to have a Tengen to have a 6 Eyes, in which case the 6 Eyes could be back. I don't know if it's related to pi specifically, but it's... So there's something called modular arithmetic, And there's a triple equals sign that's used in modular arithmetic that's also used in the title of this manga. So I think that's the connection. I have a video on that too for anybody who wants a deeper explanation. MHD, we don't know that you have to have a Tengen to have a 6 eyes, but I've got videos on all of this where we, like, if you want like the deep dive, but short version, Tengen, the 6 eyes, and the star plasma vessel were all connected by fate. We don't really know what that means. Like, what does fate mean in the JJK universe, right? Is it just a facet of how things are? Or is it like based upon some sort of binding vow that was made at some point? Like, we don't know, right? All we know is that those 3 things are connected by fate. So if you take away one of those things, does it break the whole system? You know what I mean? Like, since 6 eyes were intrinsically tied to Tengen and merging with the star plasma vessel, if there's no longer a need for Tengen and the star plasma vessel merging, maybe there's no longer a need for 6 eyes users to protect them. Also, I don't know, I keep hearing like a notification from my like streaming software. I have no idea what it's telling me though. Forgive me if I'm missing something. Oh wait. Gravity, my guy, thank you. If Yuka ate the finger, would she get a power boost? So I'm gonna answer this in 2 ways. If you're talking about the last finger that we know that exists, I don't think so, because I don't think that finger doesn't contain Sukuna anymore. Now, is it still a cursed object that might contain some cursed energy? Maybe, but even at that point, I don't think it's significant enough to consider it like boosting someone in strength. And even beyond that, she might just die from eating it, right? If it's still, like, even though it doesn't contain Sukuna, it's probably still like evil and toxic. But now, if we want to assume just by snapping our fingers that it's like an original Sukuna finger from the original Jujutsu Kaisen, like the same one that Yuji ate, then if she ate it and didn't die, then yeah, it would give her a power boost. I would assume the fingers, I mean, it's been 80 years, so maybe like that school might not even exist anymore, right? But in any case, the finger's not dangerous anymore, so it doesn't really matter where it is. I know, was there a new Kagurabachi? I know it was on break this week, but did they release like a bonus chapter? Oh, they did. Is this Sojo again? Oh my god. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out later. Y'all gotta read Kagurabachi, by the way. I know there's probably a lot of you in here that aren't. It's actually good. Like, I know a lot of people just think it's a meme, but it's actually peak. It's really good. And if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, you will like it. It does sound like sorcerers have become weaker. I know special grades are rare, but I thought the future would have more special grades. Yeah, I think it makes sense though. And I'm probably going to put a video out on this too, but like, it's kind of a good thing that sorcerers got weaker, right? Because it means that like society has just gotten way better. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't teenagers dying every day anymore. So I think it makes sense that like with a safer society, there's going to be less powerful sorcerers because they're not necessary. You know what I mean? That being said, we now have this injection of aliens that's a special grade level threat. So I do think, you know, like Okkotsu's grandkids, they could be special grade. Like they could, then this next generation that we're going to be learning about here could eclipse Yuji and Co, you know? Not that they will, but they could. But the generations that existed between them, they kind of had it easy, you know? Which is a good thing. It means that everyone in JJK was successful. Why do I think they skipped the second generation and went to the grandkids? Maybe for that exact reason that I was just saying. Like, if immediately following JJK there was some massive threat that caused everything to go up into smoke again, then it's like, well, we didn't even accomplish anything. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know that this was Gege's intention or this was his reasoning for it. It's just kind of what I'm mapping onto it. But it makes sense to me. Like, you know, they were successful. They were able to change society. It was peaceful for the most part. You know what I mean? Sure, there's still curses and still bad things happening, but at least not to the level that they were. And now, you know, the only thing kind of interrupting that peace isn't, you know, some new crazy curse or just chaos erupting normally. It's this injection of aliens, right? Yo, thank you guys for the gifts on TikTok. Sorry, I'm dense and I just now saw this. But MHG, Script, thank you guys. And I'm sure other people probably did earlier that I completely missed. I'm trying to see if I can see where there's like a log of that. But thank you guys. No, I do not think Gojo is coming back. I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok right now. I also have a Twitch. I just didn't go live on Twitch today because I wanted to go full screen on YouTube, and if I was on Twitch, I'd have to do vertical on YouTube. Why don't I think it's like this? Sukuna would have put a binding vow before his death and transferred his 19 fingers of power into that one. It just didn't happen. One, that final finger was nowhere near him, but two, like Yuji stripped him away and we saw him disappear into the ether. And then Yuji even explicitly said that that last finger is harmless now. Kari's grandsons are in debt. This stream better keep going for at least 10 hours. I'm out right now and can't possibly enjoy it. Yo, thank you, Pinnacle, so much, man. Incredibly generous of you. I appreciate you stopping in, even though you're out right now. I do want to stream more in general. I'm just trying to figure out like cool ways I can incorporate streaming. So like weekly read-throughs like this is something I want to potentially do. I also have like 100 million games I want to play. Does Yuka have Rika now? So Tsurugi has Rika's ring. I personally think that she's in there. Like, I would imagine that that is a cursed tool now. But we'll have to see. Alien Man's gonna have the tri-beam as his technique. Will Tien action? How do I think Gojo would fare against mid-game Moduro characters? I mean, we don't know, right? I mean, right now I would take Gojo over anyone because we haven't seen what any of them can do. So like, do they have a way past infinity? Can they counter his domain expansion? So until we find out anything, I wouldn't put any of them over him. I've seen a lot of funny memes and stuff about how like the aliens only showed up after Gojo and Sukuna died, and Yuta. So maybe they're all way weaker and they chose their moment. Do I think giving up the ring will awaken Tsurugi? I don't know. I think I'm leaning toward him being fully heavenly restricted, meaning he doesn't need an awakening. But let's just say he's partially. I don't know how the ring would play any role in it, right? Because he didn't have the ring to begin with. Imagine you can use that ring to activate the Limitless or Six Eyes. I mean, that'd be crazy. I wouldn't think that's possible, though, just because, you know, Yuta didn't copy those things. But, I mean, even if it's just Rika, that's insane, right? Like, Rika's the Queen of Curses, one of the most powerful entities in the verse, and again, we have no idea how any of this works, right? But if it is, like, if that ring did become a cursed tool, which it would make sense for it too, because the same way that Nanami's cleaver became one, like, Yuta always channeled Rika through that ring, so that ring might just, like, contain Rika now. Then it would have every curse technique, potentially, that he ever copied. So not only the ones we saw in JJK, but any that he picked up in the last 70 years, right? Like, that... Again, we don't know that any of this will happen, but if it does, that means that, like, you know, we could see brand new curse techniques at any point, because Gege could just invent whatever he wanted and be like, oh yeah, Yuta copied this in his 40s. Oh, I think I missed something. 8440, thank you, man. How likely will we see Yuji die in this sequel series and see how different his death is compared to his grandfather's death if he was surrounded by many loved ones? It would be poetic if it happened at the end. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess it just depends on, like, how much... Like, clearly, this is a JJK sequel, and there's going to be many ties to the past. I mean, our main characters are Yuta's grandkids, but, like, it might not be a story that Gege wants to have, like, these old things constantly popping up in, you know? It might be like, this is a new generation in their story. I do think Yuji could be alive. And he could play a role. Like, he could be the Gojo of this story for all we know. But if he is dead, it would be cool to just, you know, find out more about it. I certainly think that he would be the poetic opposite of his grandfather and would be surrounded by lots of loved ones. I mean, clearly, like, we already know that that's the case. It would be cool to see it, though. Do I think that Sukuna was an alien? Maybe. Rex, I put out a video on this a couple days ago. If you want to check it out. But yeah, I talk about, well, if Tengen is an alien, and if Tengen is Sukuna's mother, which is one of my fun fan theories, then that could explain why Sukuna was Sukuna. Like, if he's a first generation descendant of this alien race, it could help explain why he was so powerful. Yeah, like, we could see, if we don't see, like, the main characters, we could see their kids, you know what I mean? Like, Yuji's grandkids, Megami's grandkids. No, Mason, I'm on, like, every platform. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, sort of on Facebook. For any boomers. But it's all the same videos though. So like, you know, you're not, well, like 95% it's all the same videos. There are some slight exceptions here and there. So it's really just whatever platform you prefer. Have I read Kagurabachi? Yes, it's peak. Do I think Gege will gaslight us? Like, as in, do I think Gege will make us think Gojo's coming back? No. But I think Yuka's domain will be? I don't know. I feel like we don't know enough about her technique. Yeah, Asakine, or Asakine, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but that's something I'm wondering about too. Like, what caused these 50,000 aliens to become refugees and need a new planet? You know? And is there any chance that whatever that was is following them? And maybe it's not even like, maybe it's not like an entity. Maybe they just had like their own internal conflicts and the planet was destroyed because of it or something. Yo, Mech, my guy, thank you. If Tsurugi gains access to Rika through the ring and is still fully heavenly restricted, maybe Rika can impart him with cursed energy. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, if he is fully heavenly restricted and he wields Rika, like, that's insane. Like, okay, we obviously don't know how that would work. Like, we're in brand new territory here, right? But I would imagine that he wouldn't, like, him with Rika, I don't think he would, like, get cursed energy and, like, be able to use it. Like, I know that Rika gave Yuta boundless cursed energy, so, like, that's something she can do. But if he's fully heavenly restricted, I don't think that would be how it would work necessarily. But he would still, like, I don't know. I guess who knows? Maybe it would work that way. So I was thinking maybe, like, because Yuta was the one that used the copied techniques, even though Rika was providing it. So, like, if Tsurugi had it, could Rika use the copied curse techniques for him? In any case, though, I don't think Tsurugi will be the one to use the ring. I think it will be Yuka. Also, Yuka is Yuta and Rika combined. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Yes, I am reading Kagurabachi. I put videos out on it every week, player. Could Yuji have imbued a weapon with his shrine? Probably not. I mean, maybe. But it's hard to imagine how you... I don't know how you would channel shrine through an object. Which seems to be something you would need to do. Like, Nanami could, like, use ratio through a cleaver, right? Yuta channeled Rika through the ring. I don't really know how Yuji would, like, channel his slashes through something. Not that he couldn't, but I just don't know if it lends itself toward that as much. I haven't read the bonus chapter from today yet, though. I'm excited to. I saw it was Sojo at the bathhouse again. What if Maru and his twin share the 6 eyes? I mean, that'd be interesting. We do know that they're not the only ones with 3 eyes, though. Because that captain guy had 3 eyes, too. So I think that probably just everyone of their race has that. Does Yuji have a specific curse technique? Yeah, he had 2. He had Shrine and Blood Manipulation. He wasn't born with either. So if you're talking about, like, OG Yuji, then no, he didn't have anything. Would aliens with cursed speech use rice bowl ingredients? I don't think so. I don't think that that's like a ingrained thing that cursed speech users do. I think that's just what Inumaki did, and perhaps his entire clan, because they were like safe. I think, you know, if the aliens did have cursed speech, they would have their own safe words they would be using. I wonder if I can... Side note, I haven't said this yet. Let's get the plugs out here. I'm sure everyone that's actually like in this live stream is like already following or subscribed, but if you're not, hit that button for your boy. We're getting close. We're not like super close, but we're getting close to 100K on YouTube, which has always been like my goal. Like, I want one of those plaques. And I think we're getting close to like 150 on TikTok. I'll help your boy out. When do I think we'll get the next chapter? Next week, I would assume. Week from today. Nicotine Connoisseur. It's on all the official spots. So Viz, Manga Plus, Shonen Jump. Yo Pup, I think it's possible, and I think I've got like a video kind of theory idea I want to make that kind of deals with that. So I'm kind of letting it percolate, letting it marinate, get my thoughts in order, and then present it in a more video fashion. But be on the lookout for that, because I got thoughts in that regard. I'm sad. Talk about our goat, Takaba. Listen, that might be the answer, okay? Maybe aliens never existed, and just one day, Takaba, somebody explained to him cursed energy finally, and he's like, what? That sounds like aliens made it up, and then boom, it was the case. So this is all his fault, to be honest. Yeah, true. Like, we still don't or hold that thought. Gravity, thank you. He says, what would Megami even have? The shadows are dead. Not all of his shadows are dead. He's still got Rabbit Escape, okay. He still has one of the divine dogs. He still has Max Elephant. He still has... Is that it? Is that it? Maharag is dead. Orochi is dead. Nue is dead. Round Deer is dead. Rabbit. Divine Dog. Elephant. Funeral Tiger is dead. But he's still got the frogs. He's still got the frogs. And there's one more. What's the last one I'm forgetting? What's the last one? No, I said Nue. Ox. He's still got the ox too. Now he's got a few, okay, and potentially, I mean, not potentially, he does have totalities. And he might have shrine, okay? Yep, plus domain. Streets are slandering Megami right now, hard. Oh, Jules, thank you. Is that exist on streams too? But yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But for those of you on YouTube, they introduced a new hype function. Again, I don't know how it works. I think it's just a button next to the other buttons, like and stuff. It's free. You just press it and it helps me out. I think it might be a feature that's like slowly rolling out, so everybody might not have it yet. And it also might not be on live streams, period. But it at least exists on normal videos. Reggie versus Yuji, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, it definitely seems like Maru is very peaceful. And his brother maybe isn't. We know they don't get along. You are spelling it right. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is Modulo. So Modulo. I'm not sure. If it is supposed to be a nod to modular arithmetic, then modulo? I don't know. Oh, actually, one sec, y'all. Give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had to refill my water, take some greens. What'd I miss? Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I like doing this. If you guys liked kind of the reading through of the chapters together. The only bad thing about it is that, like, well, I guess I just don't know how this series is going to be handled. But, like, if I have to make a video on the chapter, like, today I didn't really need to do it right when it came out because I already made it. But assuming that's not the case, then I don't know if I should, like, make the video on the chapter first and then maybe go live, or go live and then make the video. But the problem with going live and then making the video is then, like, I wouldn't be able to stay live very long because I would need to make the video. Gravity, let me scroll up. Does both Yuji and Megami's kids have the potential to inherit Shrine? And is it possible for both the descendants to have it at the same time? I don't know. Like, don't quote me on any of this, but I think it is at least possible. Like, let's talk more about Yuji than Megami, because we don't even know that Megami got it, right? I do think it's possible for Megami to have gotten it, but make the video live? I don't know. I guess I could, but I feel like I would be extremely awkward. Like, I know there's like a weird disconnect here, but like making the video, like, even though people like watch it clearly, like even though you guys are hearing this stream right now, I don't know, I feel like it would be like, I feel like I would be like self-conscious about like recording the video in front of other people. But so, okay, Yuji. One, we know that he is like tangentially related to Sukuna to begin with. Now, maybe not through DNA, because we really, like, who knows how the whole soul reincarnation thing works, right? Like, but there's at least a slight chance that Sukuna and Yuji just share DNA, which means that the shrine technique would be potentially inherited regardless of if Yuji ever got it or not, right? But that aside, Yuji has the technique, so it's really just a matter of, like, what did that do to his body, right? We know that it ingrained on his body, but does that include, like, altering him to a genetic level? If so, then yes, that technique could seemingly be inherited by his descendants now. So again, I can't give you like a canonical answer to that question, but it's at least possible. Thrill said, no, it's like AOT. We watched it with you, and then after a while you did your thoughts. I couldn't really do that for this, just because, like, AOT, you know, had long since ended, so there wasn't really like a, what's the word? There wasn't really like an urgency to like get a video out. For this, there will be an urgency. You know what I mean? Like, because people will be hot at the presses to like specifically see like what's going on in this series. So like the sooner I can get a video out, the better in terms of like the algorithm and stuff. Yes, it is out in English. I saw somebody ask that a second ago. You can find it on all the official sites for free, because the first 3 chapters are always just free to read. You don't need an account or anything. And Ignacio, yes, we did already read through it. We're just yapping about it now. Excuse me. What if we got an AOT sequel? I am not versed. I mean, I've seen it now, and I loved it. but like I don't really know anything about AOT. Like, is that like I don't know anything about Isayama. Like I haven't kept up with him or know what he's up to, what he's doing. Like, has he done anything since AOT? Like, is that something he's ever even like potentially talked about or anything? Rahul says you can premiere the video and then do a live stream right after. I think that's probably like gonna be the best bet. It's just that the issue is, you know, like today we literally read it together right when it dropped. So obviously if I have to do the video first, that'll take me a few hours. Not that that's a deal breaker. Yeah, like just like I didn't know, like, is it Isayama? And am I pronouncing that correctly? I just didn't know that, like, you know, since the end of JJK, like if somebody asked, "Are we gonna get a JJK sequel?" Clearly, we have one now. But like, you know, I kind of like keep in touch with the news about Gege and stuff, right? I have like I don't know anything about Isayama, so I don't know if he's like talked about how he wants to write again, or if he's like burned out and he's done with writing manga. So that's just what I was curious about. Like, is there any indication that he might do a sequel one day or another manga, even if it's not related to AOT? What's my background? Am I an engineer? No. I went to school I studied biology. Like, that's what I have a degree in. But I do not use it. So, you know, like a little tiniest of dabblings of some of the same stuff, you know, engineers might have studied, but I was definitely more of like the science focus. Oh yeah, Zero, that's a good point. Yeah, not even that I'm saying like we need an AOT sequel, but just he was such a great writer. I would love to read like another story if he puts one together. That's why I understand curse techniques. Exactly. You look like you would make an excellent surgeon. At one point in my life, that was like a path I was considering. Like the reason I studied biology was because pre-med. But I quickly decided that like I did not want, that's just not the life I wanted to lead. I didn't want to spend the majority of my life in hospitals. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, obviously, doctors are incredible. We need them. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, Zero. I think it is possible that that could be Sukuna and his twins' reincarnation. The Gojo clan was mentioned. Do you think we'll finally see some members? I mean, technically, I guess we have. Like, I know you don't mean the Okkotsus, but technically they are, I suppose. No, maybe. I mean, it seems like we'll at least see some kind of NPCs. Oh, actually, I think I saw... Sorry, Gravity. Can two people naturally inherit the same technique? Yes. For example, the Zenins, Naobito and Naoya both had projection sorcery. So the only limit we've ever heard of is on the 6 eyes. That's the only thing that we've been told only one person can have at a time. Theoretically, even more than one person could have the limitless, potentially. They just wouldn't be able to do much with it without the 6 eyes. Are we thinking that curse techniques came from the aliens? Potentially. I have a video where I talk about that a little bit, Thrella, from a couple days ago. We definitely don't know enough to say that's the case, but I do think that would make sense. Do I think a new 6 eyes will be born? I think it's possible. I've got a video idea cooking right now where I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, sorry if that was confusing, but yeah, the 6 eyes isn't even a technique. I just meant that that's the only thing in the verse that we were told had like a limit of only one person. Why is the limitless weak without the 6 eyes? Is you basically need the big brain that you get from the 6 eyes to be able to properly use the limitless. Like, you need the cursed energy efficiency, but you also need like the computing power, essentially. It'd be like, you know, I give you GTA 6, but I don't give you to a computer to play it with. You know? You need that 5090 to really use it. Yo, Penguin, I do agree, but I think there could be more than meets the eye there. But it on the surface, it is a bit sus. That's like, oh wait, what's this? Why did the clan wait until Yuta died to start strong-arming what they think should happen with this ring, right? So it could be like political BS, maneuvering from the shadows, but it also could be that there's like a valid, good explanation for it. Oh, big yawn. Oh my god. Anybody else just yawn? They're contagious. Do I think Malu's third eye is related to Rika in some way? It kind of visually reminded me. Well, I hadn't thought about that, but you do have a good point with that. Rika's big third eye that opens. See, this is what's cool about this. Like, those, like that, these are things that Gege could have like been intentionally alluding to. Not that it necessarily means there's some like intrinsic connection, but it like could be if sorcery is a result of this alien race, then it would make sense that there might be subtle clues to that or homages to that from things we knew in JJK. And you know, not only Rika with that third eye, but Kashimo had that third eye with Mythical Beast Amber, if you guys will recall. Potentially connections, who knows? Have I ever been to Norway? No, I want to go. It looks beautiful. Yeah, so we could have another limitless user without the 6 eyes. They wouldn't be very useful though. No. See, I'm not saying Rika was an alien. but perhaps some of her design could have been influenced by the aliens. Oh, so I just remembered somebody asked earlier how many chapters do we think this is? Gege gave a rough estimate of like 30. Alright, manga, gotta go. See you later. No worries, man. I appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, Gege said roughly 3 volumes across 6 months. There's usually 10 chapters in a volume, so roughly 30 chapters. I know, like, it's so fun having new JJK that it'll be very sad once it ends again. But you know, we'll take what we can get. We do know that there is, at the very least, there are other spin-offs in the works, including a horror novel written by a horror novelist, which I am excited for, but it's obviously not the same as something written by Gege himself. Oh, you live in Norway? It is one of the places I like most want to visit. See the fjords. Yeah, the main Captain Alien guy does look cool. Yo, how cool. I think this is cool, by the way. How crazy is it, but also cool that they kept this under wraps. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been so easy to announce that he was doing a JJK sequel, right? Like, just think about all of the freaking hype that could have been drummed up from that, all of the money that honestly could have been drummed up from that, and marketed it like crazy. But I think it's actually just super cool that they're like, hey, I got a new story I'm gonna tell. Released the art with no indication about what it was at all, and it wasn't until this chapter came out that people realized it was connected to JJK. I just think in a world where like everything is like marketed to death to like squeeze every possible thing you can out of it, that it's really cool that they kind of like ghost dropped it this way. Like, cause what a freaking like crazy surprise that was on like Wednesday night when this information started coming out. Is Gege gonna be a part of the horror novel? He's not writing it, but I'm sure he's like involved. Like, he undoubtedly had to give his approval and stuff like that. But as far as to like how hand in hand like he's involved, who knows? But he's not writing it. Like, someone else is writing it. Yes, there is. It's the English translation is out. Like, the official release is out. You can go read it right now. I just realized I should have probably linked the stream to the Discord. Whoops. Side note, y'all, join the Discord if you haven't. Also, for those of you in the Discord and those of you that figured out how to access the Discord, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm not even kidding, because you don't even understand how many people cannot figure out how to get into the Discord. Like, it's made me lose faith in humanity a little bit, but it just makes me proud of everybody that does figure it out so much more. We don't have any information on the horror novel beyond just who's writing it. Jules gets it. Why do I have to verify my phone number? Okay. That could be something I could take away. But like peak JJK, when it was still coming out, original JJK, I mean, the server would get absolutely crazy. Like on leaks nights and stuff. And it was a combination of that and also like bots and people that were banned, like spamming accounts, that we eventually made the decision to do the highest level of verification to be able to join, which means you have to have a phone number tied to your account. All that being said, though, maybe we could remove that one. I don't know. Yeah, you should be able to find the link to the Discord. I think, okay, wait, Crazy, you're on YouTube. Yeah, there should be a link there. If not, if you just type in discord.gg/monganimist, that'll get you there. So was there never a war between the clans after the Zenin died? No, there wasn't. Because of the good guys, right? Because of what well, because of everyone, but then explicitly because of what Kusakabe and Meimei did. Because the new Shadow Style was planning on like causing a bunch of ruckus, but they put a stop to that. Actually, does the Discord still have the phone number thing? For some reason I just thought, did I already take that off for some reason? Oh. Which one of you just joined the Discord that's named Gojo? I'm gonna help you out. Yo, Laxus, I got you. You should be good now. Mixed feelings about this manga, so all the characters we love and know are just gone. This proves Gege could have expanded on the main story manga more. I mean, it's just a new story about a new generation, right? Clearly there's still some like connections. Oh, there we go. So, okay, wait. Let me find the panel really quick. Oh. Oops. So this guy said... Hold on. Okay, so this guy said that I thought he said there were 40 aliens. Did I make that up? Where did he not say that? Did I make that up? It's a weird thing for me to just to made up that he said there were 40. But I guess I did, because I'm not seeing it. Aliens have come here and telling the truth 68 years ago. Okay, I guess I made it up. I guess that's not there. So never mind. But what I was gonna say is, I wonder how he knows there are 40, because there's 50,000 on this spaceship, right? Yo, Pinnacle, bro, thank you. What the hell? Do you think the Glorpian Zorpians will ever surpass Sukuna? They shouldn't. I wouldn't tolerate such an outcome. My guy, thank you. I don't know. They could. It just depends on what Gege wants to do, right? Like, if this was like virtually any other manga series, I would say yes. Like, Sukuna would be left in the dirt. But Gege in particular, we talked about this a little bit earlier, is really good at when it comes to like power cliffing. So I don't think that necessarily just because we're in like a sequel that like everyone in this new series is going to make Gojo and Sukuna look like scrubs. You know, I think it's possible that still Gojo and Sukuna could be the top of the verse even when this story's done, you know? But it could go either way, and I think it could be handled in a good way. I mean, if everyone in this series makes Gojo and Sukuna look like scrubs, then that's bad. I don't think that'll be the case. But I do think it's possible that we could have people stronger than them now. I forgot who said it. I don't even know if they're still here, but I keep seeing Hollow Wicker Basket when I look at that dude's chair now. Pinnacle, thank you again, man. That's incredibly kind of you. That Dono could buy Silk Song 5 times, but Mario Kart World once. Damn. If that's not like the perfect commentary on the state of video games right now. Because really that should be the other way around. I really want to play Silk Song, but I didn't finish Hollow Knight. And not because I didn't like it. Like, I want to play Hollow Knight. But like, just I'm hearing so many amazing things about Silk Song that I want to just jump straight into that. But I feel like I can't do that. Like, I need to finish Hollow Knight first. Yeah, Ian, already read through it. We're just kind of yapping about it now. If this is something we routinely do from now on, I'll try to figure out I said we were doing this like 10 minutes before I started. But like next week, maybe I could have more of like a scheduled thing. So if people wanted to show up, they could make sure that they were free. I haven't read Kagurabachi yet because I didn't know how many people in here were going to vibe with that. They should all vibe with it. Wait, Silk Song's a prequel? Also, what's up, Skills? I didn't know that the... So can I play Silk Song? Like, even though it's a prequel, like, am I gonna be kind of like missing out on like some interesting things? Like, not like narratively, chronologically, but like world lore, you know what I mean? I get what I'm getting at is can I and should I just play Silksong without finishing Hollow Knight, or will I have a better experience if I play Hollow Knight first? Remember, Kinjaku said Yuta can be the next Gojo Satoru. From the looks of it, he really became the next Gojo Satoru. No, Shadow, you might have just sent a typo, but Kinjaku said Yuta can't become the next Gojo Satoru. Oh yeah, I definitely want to play Hollow Knight. It's just that right now, like, you know, all the buzz is about Silksong. A couple of my friends are playing it and they keep telling me about it. I'm like, oh, I want to jump in. Oh wait, is it a sequel or prequel? I'm hearing both now. I did see that it was another Sojo chapter, which makes me really happy. I also love that Hokazono loved Sojo. Just goes to show why he's the GOAT, you know? I bet that he loves Shiba and Hirohiko just like me too, because the GOAT's got great taste. Do I think the alien refugees and the captain came in at a different time? Like the refugees was before Sukuna was born and the captain? I don't think so. JJ. Only because the way this page reads is that, like, to me, the 50,000 refugees are on this ship. Now, that's not to say that aliens couldn't, especially again, if Tengen might be an alien, it's not to say that aliens couldn't have come to Earth at some point previously, but the refugees referenced in that first panel, I'm pretty sure, are on the ship with the captain. Yo, Kai, in regards to his markings, that's interesting. But I put out a video a couple days ago where I talk about what if Tengen and therefore Sukuna were also aliens, at least alien adjacent. Yo, Finny, just bring Sojo back, okay? I don't even care if it makes sense plot-wise. I'll just look the other way. Just have him show up, chapter 93. Perfect. What's my favorite manga and my favorite anime? I was talking about this a bit earlier. I don't really have favorites. I'm a very indecisive person. Like, it just depends. You know what I mean? My favorite, I can tell you what's my favorite right now. And maybe this isn't fair to say, but my favorite manga right now is Hunter x Hunter, considering that's presumably about to come back. But the Succession War arc that's going on right now in Hunter x Hunter is perhaps my favorite manga arc of all time. I want to wait till it's finished to where I can comfortably say that. But right now, it's just so good. Tagashi's pen is just different, man. And it's definitely, like, as much as everyone clowns on him and his hiatuses and stuff, which, one, isn't his fault, but two, it's enabled him to create this arc. Like, the Succession War arc could not exist on a week-to-week basis. Like, he literally has spent years plotting this out, and you can tell. Like, there's so much going on. So read Hunter x Hunter for those of you that haven't. Like, it's peak and it's about to come back. And then my favorite anime right now, just in terms of like literally what's airing right now this season, is To Be Hero X, which the new episode came out today. I haven't watched it yet, but I've really been enjoying that. So I wanted it like on my chat, chat combined thing that I have. One of the colors it uses for people's names is like the exact same color as the background, so it's hard for me to. But he's, that's fair. Like the Hunter x Hunter arc will definitely not be for everyone because it's very dense, and like I said, there's like so much happening. Like you got to be into that. You know what I mean? I know, Dominic, was today's episode the finale, or is there one more? Ow. Kai, you can't get in the Discord because you don't have a phone? Is that... Excuse me, is that what it is? I don't even remember where that setting is. Oh, you have to be a member of the server for 10 minutes before you can chat? I didn't even know that was a thing. Also, I keep hearing the notification sound, so I don't think I missed anything. Maybe that's just like people following. Let me see if I can find a log. There's a Hunter x Hunter reference in Moduro? Federico, or what are you talking about? I have not read My Home Hero. I don't think I've even heard of that one. Chojin X is one I keep hearing about. So I need to, I do want to check that one out. But One Piece is my next priority. So I probably won't be starting anything until I catch up on that. I've not read Tokyo Ghoul. Kai, was your previous account in the Discord? Like, are you someone that was banned? Or have you never been in the Discord? And I'm assuming if you were banned, you probably wouldn't tell me, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I haven't watched Lord of the Mysteries. I'm hearing mixed things about Lord of the Mysteries. All right, there's two Kais in the chat, so hopefully this isn't confusing. But Kai, I've changed it to where you don't need a phone number. So join up, and then I'm going to remake it so you need a phone number. So let me know when you've joined, and I'm going to re-enable that setting. Just catching up here. Hold on. How long will Moduro be? It will be roughly 30 chapters. Why am I in a movie theater alone? I rented this out just to chill with y'all. I move different. And not just this screen. I rented out the entire movie theater just so, you know, no one dared look at me. But yeah, I've heard Lord of the Mysteries is really complicated. Okay, there is another 2B Hero X. Nice. Kai, let me know when you're in. Do I think Gege will ever do a JJK Golden Age prequel? I mean, never say never, I guess. Because I honestly wouldn't have thought we'd be getting this. At least not this soon. It wouldn't be my first guess. But again, who knows? Like, we'll see, I guess. Might depend on how this does. All right, let's... How do I do this? There we go. Also, Kai, I'm excited to see if you can figure out how to join the server. Sorry, I'm catching up on some stuff from the Discord. My apologies, y'all. Yo, Dave, thank you for the kind words, man. All right. Yo, is it time to shave the beard? Getting a little scraggly. Oh. No! I just messed up my chat. No, I messed it up. Oh, no, it doesn't work at all. Test. Oh. Are we back? Ah. Test. Nope. All right. I think I fixed the chat. Oh, the TikTok's not showing up now. Oh well. Beard is dope, don't shave it. I wouldn't, okay, yeah, to be clear, I wouldn't go clean shaven. Your boy hasn't been clean shaven in like over a decade. But you know, just trim it back down. Yo, Naveen, I love to hear that, man. Yo, Eshwar, I've heard that before. I've heard I sound different. So I don't know if it's because... Could be a couple things. It could be because this mic is way nicer than my phone, which is what I normally use. It could also be that I project a bit differently for making a video compared to just like conversationally sitting here. I don't do that intentionally, but I think it does happen to some extent. Yo, Boku, we are back. Good to see you, man. I've heard that before too. I sound extremely tired. I don't know why. I mean, I've certainly been tired before, but like I'm not tired right now. The Kinjaku series would go hard. I don't know if you saw, but maybe it was last week. Somebody asked me like, would I prefer a Kinjaku anthology or a Gojo Zenin movie? And I want the Kinjaku anthology. I think that would be such a sick like format. Like, can you imagine like a little like a 6-episode mini-series where like each episode or chapter was like a completely self-contained story, and it was Kinjaku like in a different body, and we just like it didn't even have to be like some huge plot. Like it could almost even be slice of life, not in like a pleasant way, but just in terms of like we just get to see a glimpse of like the world in like 6 different eras and 6 different bodies. Yo, Laxus, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Goat. By the way, Laxus, if you're in the Discord, which I think you are, because I think you were Gojo, we were talking about a second ago, there is a special channel that only YouTube members can access. We have to make sure, and that for anybody out there that happens to be a YouTube member and in the Discord, you got to make sure that your Discord your YouTube is connected to your Discord. Listen, Black Panther, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean actual slice of life. I just mean that, like, it wouldn't need to be like, I don't know how to phrase this. Like, I think it would just be cool to, like, the chapters would be more about, like, world building and not, like, we wouldn't need to see, like, Kinjaku interacting with Sukuna necessarily. Like, that's not what I would want from the Kinjaku prequel, if that makes sense. Yo, Mini Llama, thank you, man. Yo, Gabriel, of course, man. Thanks for coming in. Yo, Khalil. What's good, buddy? For those of you on TikTok, if you're not following my boy Khalil, you need to get on that. One of my favorite accounts. He's also on Instagram, also on YouTube. I don't know if he's still posting there or not, though. Needs to be. Oh, stop it. If the finger is useless, do you think we'll see a reincarnated Sukuna versus aliens? No, I don't think so. I think the only way we'll see Sukuna in this series is if Maru or his twin is the reincarnation of Sukuna. But even in that case, it wouldn't be Sukuna. You know what I mean? In the same way that Wasuke wasn't like literally the same entity that was Sukuna's brother, you know? It's just like the next incarnation of that soul, if you will. There could still be cool things that could come of it if it is indeed Sukuna's reincarnation, but like we won't see the character Sukuna as we understood him. That's my guess, at least. Maybe we will. Yuji Itakunajo. What's up, Togue? So, Monganimus, you think we should let the characters go? Depending on what you mean by that. Like, I don't think you have to let them go, and I think there could still be cool ties to, like I think it would be cool if Maru or his twin was the reincarnation of Sukuna. Just in the sense that we would get to explore kind of a what if on if he'd had a twin. You know, if he had had someone like Yuji, you know, had the grandpa, right? It just wouldn't literally be like Sukuna, you know what I mean? But it would be kind of like, well, this is what he might have been like had his circumstances been different. Togue, me too, man. I actually really enjoyed this. I thought it set up a lot of interesting intrigue and mystery. I thought it was really funny. And I'm excited to see kind of how the world building expands and what Gege wants to like shine a light on. It's not confirmed if Yuji has kids and or grandchildren. Oh, I think my chat fixed. Wait, did it fix? Somebody on TikTok send a message real quick. Oh, it fixed. Okay, I got my combined chat working again. We out here. Who do you think wins manga? Old Man Yuji or Old Man Yuta? Oh. Okay. Here's what I'll say. Old Man Yuji versus Old Man Yuta is not full potential Yuji versus full potential Yuta, okay? Just to be clear. But I'm probably going to go Old Man Yuji. But I would pick full potential Yuta. I mean, that statement from the bad guy in this chapter, I think is pretty hype. I don't know if we can necessarily take too much from it, but the only one in the same sentence as Gojo was Yuji. Not Utah. Bro, part of me wants to... Alright, one sec. Yo, John Pork, I love you. You're breathtaking. Yuji versus State of Utah. Yo, Dante, thank you so much, man. If you were here since 2023, you were here from the beginning. Because, okay, what's crazy is literally today, two years ago today, is when I made this YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. The introvert tests. That's my literally most successful video ever, which is crazy. Such a random thing. Most successful on TikTok, I should say. Let's see. Yuji Iwasaki's art is so superior to Gege's art in every way. I mean, chill. I do like it, but I love Gege's art too, though. They're definitely different. They've got their own unique styles, but I like both. Any update on the One Piece videos? Black Panther. Yes, that's okay. It's funny. Literally, let's see. Was it like last week? Like 10 or so days ago, I sat down and I was like, I'm about to lock in so hard on One Piece. And the next day, Tagashi tweeted for the first time in a year. And then like 3 days after that, this was announced. So like Hunter x Hunter's not back yet. So your boy's not completely overwhelmed. But like, of course, like the moment I start to like try and schedule the One Piece stuff again, like all these new things start coming out. Long story short, like I'm still determined and focused on catching up on One Piece. I gave myself a soft deadline of being caught up by the time the season 2 live action airs. So that's still my goal. I also, part of the reason I wanted to do this today is I'm like experimenting with if this is like just this as a format and a concept, because it might be fun to like read One Piece on like together in this way, like on live. The copyright's the biggest thing with that. Pinnacle, bro, do not get me started on just... Oh, I always feel like I have to be so careful when I talk about this because people are allowed to not like something, you know? And if you didn't like the end of JJK, that's fine. But the people that just do not know what they're talking about when they say that Gege Akutami is a bad writer, the media illiteracy is just insane. Oh my god, so many bandwagon people are jumping back on the fence now that this new series is out that said, you know, they would never touch a Gege Akutami work ever again. That's the downside of when things are like this popular, you know, because you just get the toxic people and they're always the loudest. The reading comprehension curse spirit. It comes for us all, including me. I have not seen Black Clover. Like, none of it. Never the manga, never the anime. Oh yeah, the inter fandom like agendas and stuff are also really annoying. Like I was already seeing some stuff on Twitter yesterday where like people were trying to pit JJK and Kagurabachi against each other. And I actually saw Brazil Bro like being the voice of reason, and this troll was just going back and forth with them, and I was like, oh my god. I attempt to just not engage and tune that out as much as possible. What I will say is that I like to think most people here in our community are not that way. I definitely get comments from some of them sometimes, but they're not like actively members of the community for the most part. Y'all, this is random, but my PC, I recently got a new PC, so that's why this is like a new thing for me. But so because of my new PC, I don't have like I didn't set like a desktop wallpaper. I just have a setting where like it changes every day. Like I guess just like a Windows setting, I guess. With like really beautiful like pictures of the world, like different cities or, you know, landscapes, etc. You get it, right? So it changes every day, automatically. And it jump scares me like every day, because I'll be like just sitting here working and then all of a sudden it'll just change to something new. And yesterday it changed to a parrot. And so my monitor setup is I have one vertical monitor and one other monitor. And so on the vertical one, it was completely empty. So just like this massive photo of a parrot just came out of nowhere. This is a good story. I realize that this is a good story. I should probably like try to, you know, put this out for a motion picture deal or something. Really let more people enjoy. But I'm thinking about it. Workshopping it. You think Gyro is coming back? Yes. I have a video on this Digata somewhere. So the short version is, yeah, assuming Togashi is healthy enough to finish Hunter x Hunter, then yes. Assuming he's still going by his plans that he set up. But neither of those things is guaranteed, right? He might not get to finish it, and if he does finish it, the story he set up 25 years ago might be different. Like he might have changed his mind. But the pieces are in place for Gyro to return. Pinnacle, 100%. Most people that, and again, I'm not talking to everybody here. I'm just talking about the toxic people. Most people that complain about JJK in that way, like, did not even read it. Like, they just consumed it via leaks or via, like, social media. Like, they didn't actually, like, you know, actually read it and attempt to understand it. Someone did summon the parrot Shikigami. Like, y'all, I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, y'all would have been jump scared too, okay? I should have taken a picture. It's because the wallpaper's already changed, so I can't show you what it looked like. Maybe I could find it though. Joe says, are you reading the comments? No, I'm not actually. I wish I could read. Maybe one day. Oh, I didn't forget it was Sunday, but I forgot that fantasy football is happening right now. How am I doing? Oh, I'm doing good. But I just got more people playing. My first, for anybody of y'all that follow football, my first player that played yesterday was in the Chiefs game, and he literally got injured before he did anything, and he might be like out for the whole season. So got that going for me. Got that going for me. Chase, thank you so much, man. Will you start Chainsaw Man? We need your opinions. Okay, I watched season 1 a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it. I do want to read it. The only issue is I gotta catch up on One Piece first. I have never played Roblox. I'm excited for the movie. The Reze? I don't know how you say it. I hear such mixed things about Chainsaw Man. So many people say that it like falls off, but then I've heard other people that say it's incredible, and they kind of liken people talking trash about Chainsaw Man to how people talk trash about JJK. Reze. Oh, Pinnacle, 100%. I mean, you know, your boy was there in the midst of that chaos. It was, what's crazy is, like, for anyone with an IQ that's higher than, you know, the average temperature, like the way the final chapter initially leaked, it was like 6 pages. And everyone was like, oh my God, this is so bad. And it's like, Gaul, the chapter was longer than 6 pages, okay? Like, just because 6 pages are all that leakers could get does not mean that that's what the chapter was. It was crazy. That night was crazy. That night was fun though, because for anybody that was around back then, we did a live stream with a bunch of other JJK creators, but the chapter never came out because it was delayed that week. So like we were just on live stream for like 4 hours just hanging out waiting for the chapter to come, and it never did. So that's what I've heard. We were in suits, yes. Be honest though, would you cover JJK and be so positive about it if you weren't monetized? Yes. You know how many other series like I could cover? Like I cover JJK. I made this channel because I like JJK. And I definitely was not monetized for a while. I got a lot of those comments. People thought that I like worked for Gege and like I worked for like Shueisha. Naruto? I like Naruto. I haven't read Boruto, but I like Naruto. I have not read Bleach. I've seen like roughly the first 100 episodes of it though. And Naveen, you are not shadow banned. Yeah, I actually am gay, to be honest. What was my initial reaction? Bro, I was blown away. I did not think this would be happening, especially not this soon. So, I mentioned this earlier, but I know not everyone was here. I was saying earlier, like, how cool I thought it was that they did kind of ghost release this. Like, there was no promo or marketing that a JJK sequel was coming. They just kind of released it and let people find that out, which I thought was really cool. So on, I guess it was Wednesday night, I still, like, I'm trying to think about how to say this. I know some of the people that like that do the leaks and stuff, and so when a couple people sent me the first page like before it came out that has Tengen on it, and everyone was like, what is this? And we were like, what? And so then it was like over the course of like the next couple hours when more of it started to come out and the translations were coming out that it was like, oh, this is Yuta's grandkids, like this is actually a sequel. It was crazy. I did not get very much sleep that night. I am super excited for the movie. I just hope it's I hope it's in a theater near me. Like I hope it's in my city, but like a lot of the times we don't get. Like I don't think the Hidden Inventory movie played at my theaters here. Maybe it did though. If Moduro wasn't JJK2, is this chapter that good? I feel like that's an impossible metric to put out on it because it's so tied to JJK. You know what I mean? Like all of these things are like, it's hard to imagine this in a vacuum because so much of it is based in JJK. But that being the case, I really like this chapter. We talked about it earlier. Like I thought it was funny, and I thought it posed a lot of interesting questions. No, dang it, man. My combined chat keeps breaking. The chair does look like hollow wicker basket. We were talking about that earlier. Sorry, I'm catching up on TikTok chat because I just realized that it hadn't been updating in my combined chat. Yes, I have been watching To Be Hero X. Really, it's my favorite anime releasing right now. Yeah, in a perfect world, I would like Gojo vs. Sukuna to not be a movie as well. Because it's gonna be a movie even if it's done as episodes, right? Just like they're doing a movie for Hidden Inventory and Shibuya. Like, they'll obviously turn it into one, but I hope initially it's not one. Alright, I'm still trying to figure out how to get the combined chats back. Where else do I go live? So I'm on YouTube right now as well, and then I have a Twitch. Like, the Twitch is the main place I go live, but I'm trying to do it simultaneously these days. But I'm actually not live on Twitch right now, so just YouTube and TikTok right now. Antonio, I definitely think that's a possible option. I put out a video on it a couple days ago. Yo, Laxus, I appreciate you, man. Who's my favorite mangaka of all time? Tough, but probably Tagashi. Yo, Ian, thanks, man. I want to do more stuff like this. I've been trying to think of ways to do like manga anime streams. Like, I got a couple of ideas I'm floating around. Because I like gaming too, but I know that like at least for the Monganimist brand, that's not really gaming, you know. So I've been trying to think of like streams I could do in this realm. There's some website, no one's gonna know what I'm talking about, but there's some website I've seen other people like on TikTok Live, they're doing it, and it's like, it's not like a tier list, but it's like, maybe somebody will know what I'm talking about. But I think there's like, I don't know if quiz is the right way to do it either, like the right word to use either, but it's like there's always like two options and there's always a category and like you pick one. And I've seen a lot of people do them with like anime stuff. I need to figure out what that is because that would be fun. I do have two monitors. So yeah, right now I'm looking between the two different chats because my combined chat keeps breaking. Quick gun to the back of your head. Have you seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Yes, peak. Yo, Stromart, thank you so much, man. There will definitely be Hunter x Hunter videos. Do not worry about that. I cannot wait for that to come back. Not really, Shadow. Have I ever done a tier list? Not really. I mean, I've talked about tier list type stuff in videos before, but like I've never like done a tier list like on like one of those websites, you know what I mean? I've heard about Jujutsu Shenanigans. I have not played it though. Top 5 JJK. Sukuna, Gojo, Kenjaku, Yuta. I've done this before, so I don't remember what I used to say, but those four are definitely the top 5. The 5th slot is a lot of people you could put there. Yeah, it would be fun to like, I don't know, get like a bunch of tier lists or something. Like people send in a bunch of tier lists or something they want me to do, and then we do a stream where we just do them. Yeah, like it would either be Kashimo, Yuki. It just depends, right? Because like, certainly not Yuji where we actually saw him, but like, as we creep into like full potential territory, absolutely. But like Higuruma, I feel like you could argue, maybe take that 5th slot. I could kind of see the Yu Yu Hakusho. I have seen Gachi Akuta. A new episode came out today, right? I haven't seen today's. And maybe I haven't seen last week's, but I think I have. Shoko the GOAT? Shoosh. Imagine if Shoko had a curse technique. Easy top 5. Oh yeah, Maki? You can make an argument for her top 5. Yeah, Yorozu for sure. I have no idea on when we might get another trailer for season 3. Sorry, one sec, y'all. I am Moduring my Kaisen so hard right now. Nice. Where can I read this? Viz, Manga Plus, Shonen Jump. You can find it all the normal places. Well, my friends, I'm vibing. I actually enjoy this, but I have like a ton of work I need to do. I should probably get to work on that. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. You guys like this? We'll definitely try to make it a more common thing. So at the very least, we'll probably do this for the chapter reveals, but I want to try to think of some other fun things to do as well. But again, if you're not already, consider hitting that follow button, that subscribe button, help your boy out. But other than that, y'all, appreciate you coming. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Join the Discord if you haven't. Might do some watch parties later for the new episodes that came out today. But yeah, until next time, my friends, I will see you around. Bye.